What's going on, guys? Welcome to this video. In this one, we're going to talk about a very favorite strategy of mine, and that is average true range. Now, average true range is a formula that is very well known, but interestingly enough, it is very extremely underused. So, if you use it correctly and if you develop a style and strategy based on it, you can do very well with it. So that's what I want to do in this video. I want to kind of introduce you to ATR and kind of explain how to use it and show you some tips and everything. So the first thing is that what is ATR? ATR is essentially a candle smoothing formula. So what it does is it's a formula that looks back X days, usually 14 days, and what it does is that it just smooths down the movement of the price, and it tells you when the trend could change, whether it's starting to go up or starting to go down. Now, it's not a super accurate indicator, but if it's used with, say, EMA and MA, it could be extremely powerful and accurate. And that's why, if you take a look in the previous videos, we talked about EMA and MA, and right now I have it, and I want to use it with, ATR, and it's going to be very interesting if you pay attention here. So we got the EMA and MA, and I'm going to go to indicators. This is trading view, by the way. I'm going to look for super trend. Okay, there you go. So super trend, I'm just going to click it once. It's going to show up right here, and it's going to look like this. Okay, now you see buying signals and all that. It just tells you when to buy and when to sell, but obviously you want to make some changes. You want to go to the settings here, and you want to go to change the ATR period to 20. Okay, and then you want to change the ATR multiplier to 6. So this way you get a lot more accurate signals, okay, and you stay on trends a lot longer. So essentially, here's what we have. We got a buy signal, we got a sell signal, and we got our candle, and we got our EMA and MA lines. So in this strategy, the way you trade is, the first thing you want to wait is a buy signal. And then you want to make sure that the EMA is the EMA line, which is the blue line. Again, if you don't have your EMA and MA lines, make sure you make it. It's going to be a 50 EMA or 25 EMA let me actually make sure. Yeah, 25 EMA and a 50 or 100 MA line. Okay, we talked about it in the previous videos. But you get a buy signal, and you want to make sure that the EMA line is, which is in this case the blue line, right above the MA line. You see, guys? So take a look. The first one was I got a buy signal, so that's looking good. And then let's say I get a buy signal right here. The problem with this moment is that we don't have the EMA line is still below this chart, right? It is still below the red, below the MA line. So I'm just gonna wait right here. This is where I can potentially take the trade. And when you see the EMA line jump above the MA line, see blue line right here, what you want to do in this moment is that essentially you want to make sure that you wait for a potential buy moment when you see an uptrend movement. That's very important. So you would just wait it out a little bit, again, it's hitting right here, but you wait it out the downtrend a little bit to make sure maybe you could buy right here, because again, you don't know exactly what's going to happen right here, right? Because you can't see the future, obviously. So you would buy it right here. At this moment, you have the buy signal. This is number one, right? You got the buy signal, and then you got the number two, you got the EMA line above MA line. A very powerful strategy. It works really well if you use it correctly, and it can be applied consistently throughout any day trading strategy. Really, it's like something absolutely amazing. So take a look. Let's say we got the TQQQ. We got a buy signal right here, and then but we don't buy because the EMA line is still below the MA line. See, guys, take a look at this, right? So this could be a buy signal, but because we got this here, this is a bad sign, right? So this is a bad sign. We're just gonna wait it out. We're gonna wait it out until we pass right above. But when we do pass above, again, this can be a time where you make a trade right here, right? You make a trade right here, for example, or actually let's go back a little bit, like maybe right here, right? But on the way down, you kind of avoid this because you're like, oh, it's kind of going down. But then, you can just exit right here without losing anything. So at worst, it could be a little bit of a small loss, right? It's not going to be a bad trade. But then again, you take it again right here. Take a look. You take another one right here, like you got the buy signal, right? And then right here, this is when you hit the line above. And just like that, you write it all the way when you get a sell signal. So it's a very powerful thing. Again, it could work very well if you put it correctly. Especially one of the things I recommend, okay, one of the things I recommend to pay attention. This is another thing that comes with your experience when it comes to day trading, right? I recommend using this when there is a movement in the market. As you see, this whole thing doesn't function very well when the stock is not moving. Take a look at this line, for example, right? This day, for example, as you see, the stock is really not moving that much. See, guys, it's a pretty bad movement. So it's like, it's just generally, it's pretty hard to detect it anyways. But when you have a direction throughout the day, right? It doesn't matter even if it's going down, because we're doing TQQQ here, right? If you're doing TQQQ, if it's going down, you can take the other side and just write it all the way up, right? So again, what you want is a direction in the market. It doesn't matter which way, but you just want a direction. The days that are like this, it's just the stock market is barcoding. You obviously just want to kind of avoid it anyways. Like this is the kind of day I would just not trade anyways. But yeah, you just want to, like make sure there is a direction in the market. So like, let's find something. So for example, this day there was a direction all the way down, right? If I go to SQQQ, let me just make sure we don't have any remaining lines. I don't like to keep my charts dirty. Yep, we're good. So let's go to SQQQ, right? So take a look. So this day, for example, right here, we got a nice, opportunity here. We got a buy signal with the ATR, and then we got the line above, the EMA line right above the MA line, and we just write it. And one of the things that, guys, if you want to trade correctly, you got to be confident. So if you're confident that this strategy works, just test it for yourself. If it works for you, you want to stick to it. Okay, don't just exit and be scared. That's very important. You want to build confidence and you want to work it. So yeah, you just like go all the way with it, and as you see, we just like write it all the way up. You can just exit by the end of the day. I don't recommend holding day trade positions overnight. It's just not a good idea. I have bad experiences with it myself, but but yeah. So same thing like here. See, guys, this is the day that was like I showed you over there on the TQQQ. That was like everything was just going down, right? And let's see if we can find something interesting. And this is the barcode day that I was talking about. You don't want to trade on these days like this. And then let's see. There we go. So there's another day, right? So see, what's happening is that we got a buy signal, right? And then right here in this moment, our EMA line pushes right above the the MA line. And this is where we can enter a position. Just like that, and boom, you can just write it all the way up, right? So it's, generally you would kind of start selling right here, because you get a sell signal, right? And then also you see the MA line just moving, EMA line going right below the MA line. So guys, very powerful stuff, powerful strategy. You can use it, and you can actually make a good amount of money if you just confidently stick with it. Alright, guys, I just want to share again, ATR is a very powerful thing, and you can actually use the super trend indicator to actually implement it to your charts. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one.